I am a chocoholic, I admit. I love chocolate, and I definitely think there's a place for chocolate in any healthy eating program. I'm crisps I can give or take, but I do get a lot of clients that their go-to is crisps when they need a comfort food. So I really wanted to show that there is an alternative to crisps, because for me, a crisp is very much an anti-weight loss food. The reason is that they've been fried in generally very unhealthy oil, because even if it started off without heat, most of the oils used are very heavy polyunsaturated fatty acids, which are very pro-inflammatory. Inflammation in the body has been associated with most modern diseases, so we want to actually stay away from those vegetable oils. And also it's made with potato, very starchy food. So an alternative to this is using kale and turning kale into a crisp. Now kale is a great leafy vegetable for a number of reasons. It's got lots of nutrients, very high in antioxidants, but it's also really high in calcium. There's actually more calcium in kale than there generally is in a glass of milk. Calcium is really important with weight loss. They've done various studies to show that people with a high calcium intake, so lots of calcium in their diet, are more likely to be able to shed fat, whereas people with low calcium intake seem to more easily hold on to fats. And this is particularly the case for women. A number of studies showing that. So we definitely want to encourage eating of lots of foods high in calcium, but it's also got vitamin K. I think there's more vitamin C in kale than there is in an orange. So really super nutrient dense. The caveat to all of this, like with everything, and that's I guess why nutrition gets a bit confusing, is that whilst there are lots of benefits to kale, there's also the other side, which is particularly leafy above ground vegetables have their own toxins, and kale is very high in goitrogens. Goitrogens affect your thyroid, and they actually can block your thyroid. So again, you want to consume some kale, but not consume too much of it. If you know you have a thyroid issue, suffer from hypothyroidism, then I would stay away from kale, and I would certainly stay away from any uncooked kale. So these are made slightly better because they've been exposed to temperature. So what I'm doing is I'm just simply sprinkling it with some salt, and then this is my version of oil, again, coconut oil. Coconut oil is the queen or the king of any weight loss food, but certainly the top of my list in terms of oils and fats. So you just sprinkle a little bit on, and then at this point you really want to get your hands in, because you want to get the oil to go and nicely coat the crinkly bits of the kale, because that's what's going to give you that crispy texture. So I'm going to place these in an oven for between 12 to 15 minutes. So the kale's been in for about 10 or 12 minutes. So you can eat this straight away. Because I've used coconut oil with this, they probably won't stay crispy for longer than a day or so. So that's the slight downfall. What you can do is you can use lots of different sauces without the oil. So for instance, a sauce that had tomato paste and peppers and maybe some cashew nuts, and that will last a lot longer, and it's a really good snack to have. But this is great. Let's say you made some burgers. You could use these as a chip alternative along the side of burgers. So super easy, and ideally you would want to put these in an oven at an even lower temperature that just takes longer. But for now, super easy, super quick kale chips.